Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus one more time. I wanted to speak to you on the subject matter, why introduce a new campaign? Well, as I've indicated to you before, in response to the prayers that many people have sent forward about their conditions and the things that they hoped for and even prayed for, I was directed to run for President of the United States at least 3 times in the past, for which I received no support. And I actually sought after some other offices, for which I received no support. And my only conclusion is because of what I offered to the people. And my evaluation of that result is that the people were so unaware of it, so foreign to it, until they could not actually support it. However, today, while watching television, I saw on The View, I saw Whoopi Goldberg. They were talking about churches being burned. They were talking about people going into churches killing people, and people killing folks all over the place, and people talking about hate, not just in this country, but all over the globe. And so she was saying that we don't have time for this. We've gone through this, and this should be done with. And she did not care who would be able to come and stand up and say no more. It didn't matter whether it was one of the Democratic candidates for president, or someone that would come in as a Republican, or someone who had no political aspirations anywhere in the past, but was just fed up with what was going on. And having heard her say that, having heard Donald Trump says that this country got nobody else to pin their support to except him, that got my attention. And now to hear Goldberg actually asking and hoping that somebody would come forward, it makes it much, much easier for me to do so, and for me to answer the question, why introduce a new campaign? The two-party system has failed to meet the needs of the people, specifically survival of all the citizens. Survival entails food and clothing, shelter and education and health care, and a job, without committing crimes or causing hatred or bigotry, poverty or violence, racism, terror, or war. The two-party system fails to produce peace, freedom, prosperity, joy, and fulfillment of dreams for all, nor do they strive toward such a conclusion. A test can be made that substantiates the fact that the American system of democracy was never designed to meet the needs, the wants, and the desires of the people. This is achieved by the citizens testing each level of government, from local, state, and federal, for an outcome that does. It won't happen. The United States Constitution made provisions that if the system fails the people, they have the constitutional right to alter or abolish such a system. It must be understood that systems of government around the world have all been designed to work for the benefit of some at the expense of others. American system of government was established on the pretext of freedom and peace for all, at a time when they were actually denying the same to others. A time when these same people annihilated another people and taking their lands as their own. A time when other people were bought, captured, and sold into slavery as free labor for a privileged group. This has been the American makeup since its beginning, a process that has been instituted since the acceptance of the fact that God The true owner, the true creator, is a spirit. This movement is a challenge to the status quo. It is a call to reset order, a call to recover from man what he does not own and return it to its owner. It is a mission to return the resources of the earth provided by God for the benefit of the people to the benefit of the people. It is a movement undeniably true. It is a movement of undeniable truths that a group or an individual will always fall short of planning for the success of life for all people. In fact, such a conclusion must be the decision of the people affected by the decision. Politics put people at odds with each other and defeat before the initiative begins. Some natural resources are air, water, soil, metal and minerals, fossil fuels, geothermal, tidal, wind, solar, plants, trees, animals, coal, copper, diamonds, gold, fruits, insects, natural gas, fish, iron ore, silver, marble, salt, nuclear energy, human beings, to name a few. Different parts of the earth have many of the same as well as a different natural resources. None are created by humans, and none are to be owned by humans. If peace, prosperity, freedom, joy, and dreams fulfilled are to be realized. This campaign is challenging the people to accept the truth, of which one truth affirms that the people must agree under a common cause to actively pursue the greater attribute of life, which is assured and guaranteed to the people by the people, not by a promise of a politician. This campaign calls for a system change, a system that requires that everyone that benefits from the new system play a role with the manifestation of the system. This method allows every worker and would-be worker to be engaged in a career of their choosing, whereby these careers are interconnected, allowing for the production of enough goods and services, including, but not limited to, food, clothing, shelter, education, and health care for every American and to every human on earth if chosen as its system. There is no money involved in this process at all. The process eliminates poverty, crime and violence, lying and cheating, stealing, killing and war, hatred, racism, and bigotry, just to name a few. This is the result of a spiritual reality, a reality that affirms the earth, its humans, and natural resources are the product of an invisible spirit, that all existence is for the benefit of the spiritual, and by exercising the principles of the spirit, we create on earth as in heaven. This campaign is to offer those that are awake a path to life and a tool of education for those still asleep and in the dark. This campaign throws a stumbling block at the status quo, a system that has failed the masses since its inception. It is time for ending more of the same, which is responsible for Donald Trump, and do what the spirit of life requires, love and justice amongst the children of creation, and establish once and for all the purpose for creation, a family of God to participate in the creation process. I accept this challenge, and I offer the same challenge to the American people. I ask you to consider this campaign of the spiritual love of the Creator, God, for all human beings on earth, including the American citizen. Offer this campaign knowing that there are a lot of individuals who consider themselves Democrats, good people who are seeking office as president. And I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to knock any of them. They are good people. But we are not just being introduced to republicanism and democracy as far as the Democrats are concerned right now. Our entire life has been built on the premise of these two. And not once in our entire life has any of these come to the rescue of all the citizens. So in response to Miss Whoopi Goldberg, will someone stand up? I stand up and I offer God's plan, the greatest, sweetest, wonderful God's plan I have ever heard of. And it includes heavenliness for every last one of you. And it guarantees to every last one of you by having each of you to play a little role in the outcome. I stand up for that which you have asked for. Now, I ask of all of you, do I stand alone? Thank you.